What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name's Ryan.
And I'm Kyle. And today we are going to be doing an update on the little tortoises and kind of talking about who's going where, because we just talked about the greenhouse update and that some young ones are going to go out there. So we'll go through and show you guys what we do to take care of them on day to day, as well as who's going out in the greenhouse next month.
And if you haven't watched the greenhouse video, go watch that now. Stop this video, go watch the greenhouse, and come back. So what we got here?
2 hyper redfoots. So what I'm going to do is feed them here. I got some collard greens. Well, I guess not just some, a lot of collard greens.
About all the collard greens.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and throw some down.
And where are these guys going in the greenhouse? Up in the front?
No, they're not going anywhere.
Oh, you're leaving them.
They are. They're staying. They're a little bit too small, even though it is very secure. So it's not like raccoons or whatnot can get in there. We already got too many.
So what size tortoise ideally would you put out there?
Still small. These guys are still like he's getting on the verge. The biggest thing is just, you know, it's just a little bit more climate controlled in here. So especially with the little guys, I like to keep them a little more secure. They have UVB and they have the heat, so they're pretty set up in here. Fresh water every day. So what we'll do is we'll move these little guys down to the bigger tubs down there. So we got the 2 hypos, we got the hypo and head hypo, which most likely I'll make this into one big group. Then we got the albino, which I gotta get him a friend. He might just about be big enough for these guys, but maybe I can find another albino or even a head albino that I can pair up with this guy just so he has a buddy.
So if you guys have albinos, let us know.
Let us know. And then what I'm gonna do is redfoots really benefit from protein as well. So I usually just sprinkle a little bit of crock chow in here just every once in a while, just for them to get some protein that way. And what I'll do is, usually when I do crock chow, I'll usually change the whole, the entire bedding the next day, just because it is kind of messy. You'd think I'd get a feeding bowl by now, but I change the bedding frequent enough that, you know, it doesn't really matter. So that's the pretty stuff. So then next is they like the humidity. So you usually just have this cool sprayer. Just spray everything down. Get it all nice and moist for them.
That's a fancy sprayer compared to the one for the chameleons.
Yeah, well, I've kind of given up on that sprayer with the chameleons. I just use a hose on the mist setting, just because with us, we added more plants, so I'm sure we'll do an update there, but it is a lot of area to cover with that. So I just use a hose and just put it on the mist setting for them. But this is perfect because it's battery powered, so I don't have to pump it up or anything. So it's, especially with all these tortoises, it's easy to just run through and water them down. So they got their protein, they got the collard greens. Now it is time to feed the guys that will be going outside soon. So as I said before, these guys will end up being a group anyway. So I'll put these 2 hypos with the hypo and the head hypo next door. And I have 2 groups of hypos that are larger down here that will be going together in the greenhouse. Now we got these guys all set up. It's time to get the bigger guys all set up, get them eating. So this group is one of the groups that will be going out in those smaller tortoise enclosures. And these guys will really love it out there. Now they're just big enough where it's definitely safer for them to be outdoors. The beauty of the sheet pile and the greenhouse is not even rats can get to them, just because the sheet pile is completely sealed and the greenhouse is sealed up too. So it's just to really make sure there's no predators that can get to these guys, because it can be a little risky to have this small of a tortoise outdoors. But with the greenhouse and the sheet pile, it's definitely completely diminishes the risk. So these guys are getting their protein, getting their collard greens, and soon they'll be enjoying the Florida sunshine. All right, so next we will go to this hypo redfoot over here. This beautiful animal. Now this one is a little bit big, but this one will be joining that group over there in the greenhouse. So there's no point, since they're going to be together as adults, there's no point in having them separated. And I think they really enjoy, the social aspect of it. So this guy will be joining that group in the near future. But he is such a pretty animal. I mean, the skin on him.
It's the one we showed last time, Darth Maul, huh?
Hmm?
That looks like Darth Maul?
Yeah, he does. He does look like Darth Maul, doesn't he? Well, I guess he doesn't have black though. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just needs some black. So finally, we got some more here. We got the radiated tortoises. Now I have had these guys for 4 years now, and they are doing awesome. And they're another group that'll go out. So I got that group over there that'll be in one of the baby tortoise areas in the greenhouse. And these guys are the second group that will be in there. So we'll have one vacant enclosure for smaller tortoises. It'll be nice to have an extra enclosure or two that if anything comes my way, I have the availability to just throw it in there after a quarantine process, just to make sure that they're not right next to the other tortoises, even in the quarantine process, even though it's all sealed up, just to be ultra safe. But these guys are doing awesome. It's crazy. I remember getting these guys when they're about the size of a silver dollar. Now they're doing so awesome. And again, it's a super nice setup here. I mean, they got the UVB, they got the heat lights. The heat light's off right now, but so they got everything they need. But there's nothing like the natural sunlight for these guys. Look at that one poking his head out. So you can see here, they got a little bit too big, so I had to cut it a little wider because they weren't fitting in the house. All right, guys, well, thanks for checking up on the tortoises with us.
Yeah, and if you like today's video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also check us out on Instagram, Primitive Predators, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See you guys.